Well, congratulations to those folks on that side of the ring. And then back over here on the limousine side, another one of these real highly competitive classes of these limousine heifer calves. And I think one that comes to the top of this class really easy in my mind. I don't think you could draw one any neater and nicer, whatever you want to say. I think there's one is just superb in the way that she's put together. I think a heifer that's got a ton of shape down her top and out of her hip. You set this one into motion. She's probably the most flexible of any of the heifers in the class in the way that she wants to set them down with just a little more cushion in comparison to the rest of the females out here. I just really like the balance and the symmetry in that one from end to end and top to bottom. I think a heifer that really complements her quite nicely is this female in second. Here's one you have to admire the rib shape, the volume that you see in through that center. Maybe not quite the smoothness to her overall package, maybe not quite the length out of the back side of her hip that you see in that heifer that wins the class, and certainly one you could adjust her ever so slightly as we watch her on the go. Let her sit down with a little more ease and a little more cushion, but a nice pair of females there at the top bit. I think the red heifer that comes next, there's a female that if we could see her handle her feet and legs with a little more authority and a little more directness when we get her on the move, I think there's one that packages up quite nicely. A lot of power, a lot of shape in that one, particularly from behind. I think there's just a good kind of a female right there. Another red heifer that goes out next. Big, powerful, stout, made, long-sided, really explosive down her top. And when you talk about muscling, she's one that just needs freed up off of both ends when we watch her on the go. Just a little shorter strided and a little choppy today to get her up any higher. A black heifer that comes next is one that has a tremendous amount of length, extension, and style. Maybe not quite the volume capacity to get her up any higher. Highest performing heifer in the class the young man has right here. I like the extra size and scale and performance in that heifer. You okay, young man? Good job, buddy. A female right there that just needs a little more lower 1/3 to get her up any higher. And the same way with the two heifers that round out the class. I think they're just a little uncoordinated in the way they're put together today, probably due to a growth spurt. You'll run into that from time to time with females at this age. But I think heifers that got plenty of shape and plenty of dimension just need to package it up a little smoother, a little less piecey for me today to get them up any higher.
And your winner is ring number 27 for Rail Line Farms with RLF 233E. Second goes to ring number 25, the entry of BZ Acres with BZ Pulled Elsa 8E. Third goes to ring number 32, the entry of Holly Limousine with Holly's Eye Candy. Fourth is ring 29, the entry of Ballamore Farm Limited with Ballamore Early Morning 706E. Fifth is ring number 30, the entry of Red Maple Farms with Red Maple Easy Peasy. Sixth is ring number 26, the entry of Ballamore Farm Limited with Ballamore Ellie 713E. And seventh is ring number 28 for Haystack Acres with Haystacks Ellie May. Eighth is ring 31, the entry of Broniac Farms on BFL Ember 2E. The final class for this age division is now making its way into the ring. We'd like to thank the Senior Division Champion Female banner sponsors. Our thanks to Mike and Shannon Geddes for sponsoring the Champion Senior Female Calf, and Wendy Gables Limousine of Warkworth, Ontario for presenting the Reserve Senior Female Calf Award. remind all Shorthorn breeders, we've just been informed that the Shorthorn show will be commencing at 3 p.m. So the Shorthorn show will commence at 3 p.m. this afternoon, immediately at 3. And we hope that you can make your way to the marshalling area with your first class ready to start at 3 o'clock. Master Feeds has served Canadian livestock and poultry producers for over 85 years and is proud to be a sponsor of the Royal Agricultural Winter Fair. Success on farm and in the show ring highlights the hard work and dedication of everyone here today and the strength of agriculture in Canada. Congratulations from Master Feeds to everyone participating in this year's Royal Agricultural Winter Fair.
I think these heifer calf classes just keep getting better and better, and I think the quality that we've seen in every class is certainly to be commended to these breeders. And I think there's a heifer up here at the top end of this class that it quite easily comes to the forefront. This one is just so well made and well constructed. Look how beautiful she is in her design, so smooth and long and elevated through her front. By far and away the soundest moving female of the group. She's correct in all her angulations, particularly out of her hock and knee all the way down to the ground. Stays so true and square in her base width as we watch her travel to and from us. That's just a really good kind of cattle right there to go out and win the class. I think a bigger, longer-sided female that comes next is one you have to appreciate for her soundness and her smoothness as well. I think she's one that's got plenty of reach off of both ends. Maybe just need to flatten her out as we watch her travel, particularly off of those rear two. See her set down with a little more flexibility, a little less deviation out of that pastern. I think there's one that's got some extension and got some power to go along with it. Love the rib shape in the third place heifer. I think there's one that's got some extra depth of body and depth of side. You really appreciate that cow look and maternal look that she has in that center 1/3. Maybe just doesn't handle her feet and legs with enough authority. Just gets a little uncoordinated as we watch her travel. Next couple of heifers in the lineup. Females, we could free them up off of both ends when we watch them on the move, but I like the length of side and the power that you see in the heifer that goes out right there the young man has. Maybe just elevate her in that pin set. Plenty of shape, though, to go along with that extra frame. More moderate heifer that comes next. I love the packaging on this one, just not enough power today to get up any higher. The same can be said about the two black heifers that round out the class. Just not enough of them today when we talk about sheer mass and volume through their center, and maybe even when we talk about the muscling aspects down their top as well.
And your results are as follows. Our congratulations to Ring 38, Rail Line Farms with RLF Eden 201E. Second is ring number 34, the entry of Windy Gables Limousine on WGL Early Rose 10E. Third is ring number 35, the entry of BZ Acres on BZ Pulled Exact 2E. Fourth is ring 39, the entry of Windy Gables on WGL Evelina 17E. Fifth is ring number 37, the entry of Red Maple Farms on Red Maple Erotic Kiss. Sixth is ring 33, also the entry of Red Maple Farms on Red Maple Elegant Rose. And in seventh is ring number 36, the entry of Archon Cattle Company with Archon's Eye Candy. So the females that are coming back into the ring are competing for your senior division champion female. Our thanks to Mike and Shannon Geddes and Windy Gables Limousine for being the award sponsors of this division. If there is representation from those farms, please feel free to make your way to the awards table. Over in our Angus ring, we're now moving into our group classes. This is class 22, 2 bulls bred and owned by the exhibitor. This class will be followed by your breeder's herd.
Well, over here on our limousine side of the ring, we've got our 4 class winners in respective seconds lined up that came out of this heifer calf division. I think an outstanding lineup out here. High quality females from top to bottom. I'm not going to go through and bore you with any more descriptions on all these heifers. I think they speak for themselves. I think there's 2 of them out here for me today that really complement each other quite nicely in the way that they're both designed similar. They look similar all the way down to the ground in the way that they're built skeletally and structurally. I think they just fit together quite nicely, and they're superb in my mind in how they're presented today and how they look to us when we get them out here in the ring. Just an excellent set from top to bottom. Let's give them all a nice round of applause, and I'll go show you which 2 that I like.
Your senior division calf champion today is ring number 38, the entry for Rail Line Farms with RLF Eden 201E. Your reserve is ring number 24. She's also the entry of Rail Line Farms with RLF Ella 242E. Again, our thanks to Mike and Shannon Geddes for presenting the Champion Senior Female Calf Award, and that goes to Rail Line Farms. And Windy Gables Limousine is making the presentation to the reserve, also to Rail Line Farms. So congratulations. Over in the Angus ring, our class of 2 bulls has been judged and it's complete. These are 2 bulls bred and owned by the exhibitor. The winning entry is Brad Gilchrist of Gilchrist Farms, and reserve is Kemp Brothers with their entry. That's Kemp Brothers was second, Brad Gilchrist was first, so our congratulations to them. We're moving into our junior yearling female division in the limousine show this afternoon, and our thanks to the sponsors After Hours Farm and Haystack Acres for making the awards possible. So Judge Fox is evaluating the Supreme Champion. He is making his selection of his preference. The champion female, Grand Champion female, is showing against the Grand Champion bull for the judge to make his selection of the Supreme Champion. There's a trophy being awarded by the Aberdeen Angus Cattle Society, as well as a banner courtesy of Bridgehaven Farms. Our thanks to those for their sponsorship. And your Supreme Champion today comes to us out of our bull category. Congratulations to Premier Livestock and Hassan Livestock on OHL checkbook 0187C. He will be your Supreme Champion. The cattle in the Angus ring now excuse me, are being evaluated. They have the Breeders' Herd competition. We'd like to thank the banner sponsor, and the winner will receive an award courtesy of Rito Angus Farm of Kemptville, Ontario.
Well, I think a fairly challenging class. We get into this first set of these yearling limousine heifers. quite the age spread out here. We go from April all the way out to a September, and I think we've got a September heifer up here at the top end. Is just really elegant in her design. I like the way that she holds herself together on the move, really strong down that top. The elevation through that front 1/3. I think there's just a unique breeding piece that's just put together with a lot of stylishness and a lot of elegance from end to end. I think a powerful female that comes next, the young lady's heifer, is one that shows us just maybe a tick more shape and muscularity, particularly out of the back side of her hip. I think along with that, she gets a little off in that pin set and a little rounder in that hip in comparison to the heifers on either side of her. But she's certainly one that really opens up nicely all the way down to the ground in terms of that base width and how she transitions it down when she gets out on the move. And I think that's where she has a little bit of an overpowering advantage to the young lady's older heifer that comes out into the third spot. I appreciate this April heifer, this yearling that comes on next. She's one that you have to love the rib shape and dimension through her center, how soft she is, and when she gets out on the move and the way that she plants those feet and legs, I think there's one that's just got a lot of future from a production standpoint. However, need to balance her up on the profile, see a little more correctness when we look at the way that she's put together, particularly right up there through that front 1/3. I think a black heifer calf that comes next, you have to love the length of side, but along with that, a little more elevated in through that lower 1/3. Open her up down underneath those underpinnings, see some more spread and natural rib shape and dimension when we talk about that center body cavity to really rival the ones in front of her. I think a couple of red heifers that come next that certainly have some functional aspects to their build. We just need to simply see this heifer move out with a little more authority and flexibility and ease when we watch her on the go. I think this young lady's heifer that comes next is one we could see a little more sweep to her underline and natural rib shape. I think a couple of black heifers that come next that have some elegance and some length of body to them, but along with that, maybe not quite the power, not quite the volume and mass that you need to see today to get them up any higher.
In the essence of time, Judge Fox did not place his breeder's herd. He just picked his winner, and his winner's ring number 212, the entry of Brad Gilchrist of Gilchrist Farms. He's exhibited your breeder's herd, champion breeder's herd, and our thanks to Rito Angus Farms for their banner sponsorship. Results from the last class of limousines. We'd like to congratulate ring number 40 as the winning entry for Pinch Hill Limousine with Pinch Hill Dixie Chick 625D. Second goes to ring 43, the entry of Bellamore Farm Limited on Bellamore Double Take 664D. Third goes to ring number 47 for Haystack Acres on Haystack's Desire. Fourth is ring 41, the entry of Pinch Hill Limousine on Pinch Hill Brakes Bliss 623D. Fifth is ring number 46 for BZ Acres with BZ Pole Delilah 55D. Sixth is ring 44, the entry of Bellamore Farm Limited on Bellamore Dandy 620D. Seventh is ring 42, the entry of Bellamore Farm Limited on Bellamore Dancer 671D. And eighth is ring 45, the entry of Bellamore Farm Limited on Bellamore Diamond 613D.
Okay, just before I make my final selections of the day, could you please give my ringman, Nate Marin, a round of applause? He's been here all day with me today. Thank you very much, Nate. And barn boss and overall overseer, Brian Jones, on the Angus side of things. Thank you very much, Brian, for doing all your work year in and year out. And congratulations to each and every one of you. Whether you've won or lost today, it's a real honor to be able to adjudicate your cattle. I know I sent some really good cattle back to the barns. I know I've created some disappointment, but I've also done the job that I wanted to do, and it's official, and I'm very, very happy with it. Thank you very much, folks, and we'll see you down the road.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and thank our judge, Mr. John Fox, for acting as our official judge today at the 2017 Royal Agricultural Winter Fair. So the winner of the Progeny of Dam, receiving the award from Kemp Brothers of Blackstock, Ontario. Congratulations to Peter Fritters, Premier Livestock, with your winning entry of Progeny of Dam. And at this point, I'm proud to announce the winners of the Premier Breeder and Premier Exhibitor Awards. Your Premier Breeder, congratulations to Gilchrist Farms. And your Premier Exhibitor